So to Miss Usha, I'm known as Ching Ching, but to the rest of you, you better know me off as Dana. So my topic today is about marginalization. To most of you who don't know what marginalization is, according to Hall, it's basically a concept of valuing diversity, which basically means to categorize into groups. So without further ado, let's jump into my personal life. So I'm quite a sociable person, so I have actually been in a few in-groups. But let me just share my first ever experience of being in an in-group with everyone. So the first time I was in an in-group, it was in Form 2. Good times. My friends and I were one of the most popular cliques in school. Unfortunately, we were titled as the mean girls because we were all Chinese and had chronic mean faces. But we were nice, just that everyone knew not to mess with us. So being the one with the meanest face, the toughest attitude, and the social group of friends, I was Queen Bee. I remember the 6 of us used to line up in one straight line, and we used to walk to the canteen and back to class during recess and after, and nobody would ever interrupt our line in fear of breaking it. Also an insider, in an all-girls school, there's no walls. So as long as you have somebody, everybody knows every single detail of your life.
But I can't help it that I'm popular.
Just kidding. Here, let me enlighten you with another perspective.
Because being with the plastics was like being famous. People looked at you all the time and everybody just knew stuff about you. That new girl moved here from Africa.
I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops.
That Katie girl is hot. She might even be hotter than Regina George.
I hear Regina George is dating Aaron Samuels again. The two were seen canoodling at Chris Iso's Halloween party, and they've been inseparable ever since.
So yes, I was basically the Regina George of my school at the time. And how do you feel? I felt powerful, worshipped, admired, glorified, feared. But in all seriousness, if you take out everything there is to it, my friends made me feel appreciated, belonged, and loved. But like all Form 2 gangs, we eventually fought over drama, split up, and never spoke to each other ever again. The worst time I was in an out-group was when I was in Form 3. I had just moved from an average class to one of the top classes where I knew no one. I was the minority. To be blunt, I was one of the dumber ones in class. Everyone there were just prefects, bookworms, nerds. And basically, sitting alone in class was horrible. I had no one to talk to. It's not that I didn't want to talk to anybody, it's that I had no one to talk to. It's that nothing to talk to anyone about. Everyone there was like, somebody brought their handphones, let's arrange a spot check. Ooh, Terry Pressure has a new book!
This logarithm question, how to do?
There's just no common ground of interest. So for one semester, I was alone for 3 whole months. It's even worse when a teacher actually asks the class a question and everyone's like, me, and poor me who doesn't know the answer gets picked on. I actually considered filing the headmistress to move me back to my old class. But eventually, I met some friends along the way and everything went smoothly from there. Being in an out group was a living nightmare. It was horrible, torturous. It's the worst feeling in the world being lonely and having no one to talk to. Especially your classmates.
According to Nakayama, this is all part of cultural adaptation. Here, I am using the U-curve as an example for cultural shock adaptation, where we start off with what is good, the honeymoon, where I was actually happy to be moving up a class, dropping down to anxiety where I wasn't sure where I belong, and we drop again to the lowest point of rejection. But then, we move back up to where I slowly adjusted to my class.
So for this question, I set out to do some research where I hung out with 3 different groups to rekindle some old feelings, and I made a personal discovery.
According to Munhorst, the fight or flight adaptation is a stress response which is a natural reaction to threat causing us to react to situations through fighting or fleeing.
Personally, I'm a flight type of person when it comes to communication. I usually sit back and observe and listen to the conversation of the group before I decide to contribute.
For example, when the group was talking about something that interested me, I would make an effort to talk. And when the group had no similar interests, I just kept quiet.
In relation to my in-group and out-group examples as stated above, with my out-group, aka my classmates, I didn't have any interest at all with them, which resulted in no friends and no communication. Whereas for my in-group, however, example, my cheerleading squad, my interact club, my current group of college friends, and my Form 2 gang of friends, we all had a common interest, which united us through communication. So in my opinion, everyone can be a part of an in-group. It's just whether we can come up with random topics and just land on a topic where both of them have similar interests. Of course, personalities do count too, but that's entirely a different story. Okay, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed my video and have a great day.